Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We all want to be there quick.
I want to talk about taking the Optimum Road.
Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. What is the Optimum Road? And that really. Hi, this is Daniel Laxtons, and you're listening to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Program. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that way you can always get this awesome content for helping you to create the best life ever. Hey, welcome to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Podcast. Hey, we're here. I'm Daniel Laxtons, and I'm the host, and this is my co-host, Todd Ronan. How's it going, Todd?
Pretty good, Daniel. Hi.
He's reality forecast mastery. He actually teaches remote viewing. It's amazing. Hey, can you tell them a little bit about yourself, Todd? Because I know some people have been watching the show for a while, so they know who you are, but maybe someone new doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, so I've been remote viewing for like 21 years, 22 years. I took military training from major ed names, and then I went to other teachers to find out, why is their discipline different? What are they doing differently? And I've studied mystical schools for 10 years before that, and I know a lot of occult practices. And so my method is a hybrid of 5 or 6 different remote viewing teachers, esoteric knowledge, and pyramid healing techniques and protection techniques. And it's a lot. But that remote viewing method that I teach is called TAP, temporal awareness perception. So you're shifting your perception out in order to understand what's happening in the present. So TAP RV, you can find out more about it at Reality Forecast, or go ahead, send me an email. We can chat more about it if you're interested. Or if you have questions about remote viewing, you can contact me through the website realityforecast.com or find me on YouTube.
That's awesome, man. You're really quick at explaining all that. And it's amazing though. His TAP course I've taken, and it is amazing. It's super in depth. You need to put a lot of commitment into this, but it's amazing. So what are we talking about today?
I want to talk about taking the Optimum Road.
Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. Christopher Lloyd. But yeah, so the thing is everyone wants to get there quick, right? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We all want to be there quick. So what is the Optimum Road? And that really kind of is contingent upon each of us individually. But we're going to give you a few things to think about when it comes to choosing your optimal path. Is there a way that they can actually make a decision? You come to a fork in the road. Which way do I go, Ronan?
Well, there are a lot of ways to do that. You can look at the consequences of each action. You can look at it methodically, or you can look at it in your gut. What does your gut feel? And that answer is right. Trust that answer is right, and just stop the second guessing and know that that choice you make is the right path, the right road, and it's your optimum method for achievement, your optimum method for the personal obstacles you may have to take and overcome. But we want to take the easy road. Everybody wants $2 million, but think of the consequences that you would have if you got that, overnight. It would be hard, and a lot of difficult things would come to you as well. So what's your optimum path? Figure out what it is, and know that when you start taking the optimum path, opportunities will present themselves to you that you never thought possible, because they're strategically positioned for you to benefit from each of the challenges, to make you better, to make you stronger.
Wow, that's really good. So I have 2 questions for you then. One is, how do you follow your gut? And 2 would be, what are some consequences that could come about? And I can return to the consequences one, but how can people figure out how to follow their gut? Feel that feeling and all that stuff?
They can start by taking your class. They can start by learning what that knowledge is. People say, I want to talk to my guides. Well, your guides aren't you. You are you. You're the only person that knows what the right answer is. So how do I get to know that? It can be a voice that you follow. It can be a feeling in your gut. It can be muscle testing. Whatever you set that parameter, whatever you set is that test point that you do, trust that it's right, and it will be right. Just follow on.
Yeah, so they have to develop that gut feeling though. If most of us have our intuition, we're just not tapped into it, right? But there's some exercises that even you have a short course too. But there's exercises we can do that will help us to tap in to your sensory inputs in your body, your emotions, your feelings, and then you have to feel in your gut. Follow the gut. So, but what are the consequences? Say that can happen if they're going down this road. I liked what you just said, the $2 million. I'll mention this one. Say if you did get the $2 million, right? Everyone would like that. But the what is some possible problems that you could run into? Your family. When we watch the reports of what happened to people that won the lottery, and they say that after they won the lottery, the money was gone in a few years, pretty much a short period of time. Isn't that right? And then what happened to their friends and family, because they may have shared some with them, and they may have quit their jobs, or it shifted everyone's life around them, and which means that it actually affected someone else's life path. And money doesn't necessarily mean it's shifting you towards the good. It can actually shift you into a bad situation. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with making lots of money, and maybe God or the universe knows that you're not ready for that yet. So incrementally, it may happen. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means that incrementally it'll happen, because maybe there's a lot of people that love you. And if you got that money, you may be influencing their life in a way that affects their life path that they're supposed to be on. And we don't want to do that. We can only affect our life path. We're not allowed to influence. I mean, we can influence, but that's one rule of reality, is that don't, we're all guests together in the construct of this reality framework, and you're allowed to manipulate yours, but you can only nudge people to the right direction, but you're not allowed to force other people.
It's like the pinball tilt, right?
What is it?
It's like the pinball tilt. You can give a little nudge, but if you give it too much of a nudge, game over. Your ball's done.
That's it. And and the reason why is because it's against the rules. It's kind of like the prime directive in Star Trek, no interference. When you get to that planet, you're allowed to help a little bit. But man, if you help too much, then you get a Klingon race. Or, it's funny. It's a different timeline or something. The Klingons actually, I remember the original Star Trek where the Klingons actually, Starfleet gave them technology, and they were an underdeveloped race, and that's why they created the prime directive. But different timeline. The main point of this is, if you're not ready for it yet, then you're going to go through some experiences that will prepare you for it. So don't be frustrated. You get down there, you're like going, followed my gut, Ronan. Daniel, I followed my gut, and what happened? This terrible thing happened. And you were like, yeah. God loves you, or the universe knows what you need right now, but you're still taking care of your life. You didn't die, did you? You didn't die.
Yeah, they created your life. Your architects of your life created an obstacle for you that they knew that you could overcome, which would provide betterment. And then that betterment that you now have and possess has elevated your soul and your spirit level in order for you to become overcome the next hurdle or obstacle that's going to come at you. It's going to make you better. It's going to keep propelling you towards your optimum path. But if you wanted to take the hard path, well, it might knock you down. That might be something that really puts the end to you. But carving out your optimum path does take understanding of yourself, and it does take introspection, and not following the advice of others, not following the advice of a path that you've already laid out on paper as your goal sheet, but learning inside, looking inside, and understanding how to talk to yourself and hear from yourself and your body and your soul.
So if you do get down this path and you're feeling a certain way, how can they enjoy their journey better, even though like going, damn it, why is this happening? But I mean, what are some things that they can help them to enjoy the journey if they're on the path that they think, they should have been on that path, but they're on this path? So how can they maybe enjoy their journey better?
Well, you're second guessing yourself. And when you start second guessing yourself, you're going to wallow in misery. Know that every path you take is the right path, and just believe that every single course of action you take if you've looked inside and understood what is the best choice for me now. And you can ask yourself that. You asked earlier, how do I build that? How do I get better at that? Yes, I do teach a course on discernment. One of the things that we talk about is learning what your yes is, learning what your no is. Ask yourself questions that you know to be false and see how it makes you feel. It might make you feel like you're shifting to the left. It might make you feel like you're shifting to the right. It might make you feel like you're shifting backwards. Learn what that feels like so that you can ask yourself, and your body will physically tell you what the answer is. You just have to listen for it, and you have to know what it is. We never ask ourselves what's the right course. We never ask our body how it feels throughout the day. Talk to your body, know yourself, get to know all parts of you and what each part of you can do. And that's how you can learn your discernment arrow, your arrow of truth, your arrow of direction, which path to take, whether it's the optimum road or you're going the easy road, which is going to be no. If you're going the hard road, which is going to be no. We want to carve straight through.
That's awesome advice. And it's so true. And this is just like golf, or it's just like basketball or anything. If you want to be good at something, the piano, it takes a while to get those fingers to do certain things. The guitar, it takes a little while, right? Drums, no matter what it is, it's going to take a little bit of practice. But it doesn't take that long, does it, Ronan? I mean, how long does it take?
Well, I'm thinking of this image of a mountain, and you need a train track to go around the mountain. They don't go around the mountain and up and up and over. They go through the mountain, which seems hard. There are a lot of steps to drilling through a mountain to put train tracks in, but the tunnel is the easiest path. You got to go straight on through. So learn the tools to do it yourself so that you can get better at it. And, 21 days to make a habit. Practice it for a month, and your attunement level will be sky high, and you'll be able to follow these paths for yourself.
Man, this is some great advice. Ronan, I really appreciate you being the co-host here on the Ultimate Reality Surfing Podcast. So
thank you. It's good seeing you again.
Yeah. And remember, everyone, if you want to learn more about what I teach with the Ultimate Reality Surfing program, just go to www.ultimaterealitysurfing.com. And be sure to click like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and that way you can get the next one of these videos. They're usually around 15 minutes, and we're always sharing something that maybe you've never heard before, because we talk about things that are a little bit more, it's law of attraction, but it's a whole lot more. And that's why we hope you truly enjoy this show. If you want to hear some more good stuff with Ronan and me, you can also listen to the Reality Forecast podcast that Ronan hosts, and I get to co-host. So it's always a different subject than over on this channel. So run over to ultimaterealitysurfing.com and download a free copy of Designing Your Perfect Reality. And go ahead and hit subscribe right now, and click like and hit the bell so that way you'll be notified when another amazing episode comes out. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And be sure to check out our TikToks. Check out that we have a lot of other things that you can look into. But we appreciate you. Have an awesome day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. That's my grandma. Bye.